Hello, welcome to Module 5 After Effects. Well, special effects for video and film. We're going to go to modules this week and Module 5, and we're going to go over to the show teaser. Go ahead and download that. And when you're ready, you open that up. And what I've done basically is you can see the file and folder structure there, which I've set all up. And I've given you all the materials as well. So we're going to have an exercise this week, kind of using 3D stuff, kind of using a little bit of Illustrator stuff, and so forth. I've yet to open this in the newest version of After Effects, so I might get a little warning label right there. I'm going to go to export, and your exercise at least is going to look something like this. Now you'll notice that it's opening the project. You'll notice the ball is blurry in the background, and then the logos of the team is in focus, but then we rack focus, right? Ball's in focus, now we rack focus to the logos. So we're going to learn how to rack focus with the cameras a little bit today. This is going to take a little bit to open up this project. Hopefully not too long. If it's not successful, I might try reopening. Oh, there it is. And there's a font missing. That's okay. So basically when you crack this open, you're able to see a little bit of how we did this. So we have the logos come off from the side, we get the ball that comes in, and then the video in the back, and then you can see from the top view the camera focus right there kind of pushes in. So what we'll do is we'll walk through this step by step. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this archive. And I'm going to take all that stuff and kind of put it in there. And we'll start kind of from scratch here. So, it wants to convert it. That's fine by me. First things first, we're going to want to take some files and get them ready for use. So there's two of them. There's the Celtics logo and then the LA Lakers logo. So I'm going to go ahead and select both of those and open them with Illustrator. And Illustrator might take a little while to open as well. I have not yet opened up this version. I do not believe. Oh, I take that back. It's not taking as long as I thought. So the idea is that anytime you have a vector graphic like this, a vector graphic is one that if you scale it and zoom in, you're not going to see any pixels. You can make that as big or small as you want to. Oh, looky here. The Celtics, luckily, is already on Action Safe and TV Safe thing. So we can just bring that right in. I'm going to just go ahead and save that on the computer. I'll call that prepped. And hit OK. Now with this one, the Lakers, I'm just going to hit Command A, Command C for copy, file, new, and HD TV. Again, you can go under film and video. Oh, that's not the size I wanted. I did that too quickly. New, right there. And then hit Command V. And I'll keep it right about there. I think that's, yeah, the Celtics one looks about the same. Go to this, save it to the computer. LA Lakers prepped. hit OK, and then I'm gonna quit out of this. Okay, great. Oh yeah, it does not like it when I copy and paste things. Okay, so we have the archive here, but we're gonna start from scratch with our own. So I'm gonna do new composition. We'll do about 15 seconds here. 0015.00, and we'll keep the same width and height going up. I'll rename this intro, 3D intro. Then I'm gonna hit Command I, and I'm gonna import some stuff from the show opener. So first I want to bring in a texture, hit Command I. Let's see, I want my AI files, just the prepped ones. We're gonna bring them in as footage. Maybe I want to bring in some music. So let's see, what else am I missing? I think we need a floor. That would be in PSD files. We'll just bring that in as footage. I need the video. So I could have just brought in all of those folders, right? That would have been easier probably. First things first, we're going to bring in the floor. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to switch this to 3D. Make sure that we're in world access mode. We're going to switch to 2 views. Okay. And what I want to do is Option R, rotate 90 degrees on the X, I believe. Yep. And drop that down, much like what we've done in the past. So there's our floor. And we're going to want a logo. There's the Boston logo. Put over to the right. And then we got the Lakers logo. Over to the left. It looks like I need to scale that a little bit. It doesn't look like it's the same, so I'm going to transform, scale. Yeah. Also make that 3D. And bring that back a little bit. Oh, you know what I just realized? I need to make sure they look the same before I start moving things around. There we go. But I spent a little bit more time prepping that. Okay, perfect. Very nice. And then we have that video in the background. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Make that 3D. And I'm going to push that. Oh, Command plus going in. I'm going to push that in the background. Make sure the sentence is, there we go, that's pushed all the way in the back. Option S for scale. I'm going to scale that. So it looks pretty big there. Great. All right. Everybody following me? I hope so. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is this neat kind of thing. Right now, we're in classic 3D. So it's in a kind of a 2.5 3D mode. Now we're going to do something similar to the temple on the lake. We're going to pre-compose some of these things. So first we're going to take the Celtics logo. I'm going to go to pre-compose. I'm going to put all the contents in there. And you can see it's its own nested composition. I'm going to make that 3D. I'm going to right click on that and go create shapes from vector layers. This is where things get interesting, folks. And the thing is okay, so I grabbed this logo from Brands of the World. And you can grab Brands of the world. There we go. Brands of the world. And you can get all kinds of great vector graphics in there. And the thing is if you're going to do this, it can't have a gradient in it. So it has to see, like this one right here that has a gradient. It goes from dark to light. You can't have that. It has to be solid colors in order for it to do 3D stuff. Something like this, right? These are all solid colors, so you can work with that. Okay, once you've done this, you can actually get rid of the AI logo. And we're going to switch to 2 views. And this is where I think things get a little interesting, for me anyway. So what I'm going to do is drop down, material options, and geometry options. Oh, I got to change the renderer. That's what it's telling me. Instead of classic 3D, we're going to Cinema 4D. Ta-da! This is where it gets neat. So we go to Cinema 4D, geometry options, bevel depth, extrusion depth. Watch this. Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm extruding that 60, and you can kind of see there's an outline over there. Now you really see it when I go up to this. Now the reason I'm nesting these compositions in here is it's going to free up resources for you. So I'm going to go up to Layer, New, Light, and then just add a little point light. If I wanted to, I could add some sort of 3-point light system, right? Zoom out a little bit. There we go. And I can bounce back, right, and kind of see. This is called 3D intro. This is old. Oh, 3D intro. Like so. So, yeah, I'm giving a little bit of that right there. And now what I want to do is actually rotate that. And I'll rotate it 30 degrees or so. I'm going to hit Option R. Do on the Y, and I'll do about 20 degrees. So I can see that right there. And if I go back to the 3D intro, hopefully, see, you can see that little edge. It's still 2D on here, but that comp has given it the 3D look. I'm going to repeat the same process over here. So LA Lakers, pre-compose, hit OK. Right click, create shapes from vector layer, get rid of that, make sure that's 3D, make sure it's Cinema 4D, drop down, geometry options, extrusion depth 60, and we're going to do a rotation, Option R. This time it's going to be Y, but it's going to be -20. Like so. And let's go ahead and drop a light in there. Like so. Just give it a little bit of something. Go to 2 views so I can maybe get a better sense of that light. I don't want to get the back, yeah, like right there. And I'll bring it forward a bit. Like so, and if I wanted to, I could copy and paste that light, right, and make another one, copy, paste. And maybe that's a little too bright, but I can move that over. And also, I can double click on it and bring the intensity down to 50%, for example. That looks pretty good. Go back to the 3D. There we go. If I look at the one view, Yeah, that's not too bad. No, it's not. Okay, so once I've prepped those 3D sorts of things, I could go ahead and bring in my texture, like so. And this one's kind of fun. I'm just going to go to Window, Effects, if I can find them. There they are, Effects and Presets. And type in CC Sphere and simply drag and drop it on that. And if I go under Effects and CC Sphere, I can do a rotation, I think, with the Y. I'm going to do a rotation with the Y, so I could set a keyframe over like so, and scrub it, you know, I could do it 360 degrees 3 times, right? Like so. It's kind of neat. Then I go to the two views, like so, and I can push that back. Maybe bring it down. If I wanted to, I could have that bounce in there or something, like so. Here's where things get a little fascinating, for me at least. I'm going to go to New, Camera, and we're going to make sure that the depth of field is on. I'm going to do a 50mm lens, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to do active camera. Now, within the active camera, I'm going to drop down, go to camera options, and I'm going to turn up a couple of things. Aperture, I'm going to turn to 200. This works much like a regular camera, and I'm going to turn the blur level to 200 as well. Ta-da! So now you can see it's focused on the logos. Now watch this. It's kind of neat. I really like this. So we're going to go where it says focus distance at the beginning. We're going to set a keyframe. I'm going to scrub ahead. Oh no, let's set the keyframe, right? And then I'm going to click on, or command click on one of the the logos right here, and they're both on the same plane, so it's not going to matter. And I'm going to control click. I'm going to go camera, set focus distance to layer. So that's going to focus on right there. You can see it's set the focus. Let's say I want to hold that focus for 4 seconds. Well, I'm going to set it right there. And then I want to rack focus slowly, let's say for 1 second, to the ball. So I'm going to highlight my camera. I'm going to highlight the ball, and then I'm going to control click and go camera, set focus distance to layer. So it's changed. So now you can see, if we look at the camera, it's changing the focus. And that's kind of all I wanted to show you this week. We're going to add a couple more things here. We're going to go to one view, and I'm going to go ahead and add some lights. Maybe add, just a point light here. Go to two views. We'll copy and paste that. Move that light over. And then maybe copy, paste, and bring a light to the back there. Like so I can light up the court as well, right? Other thing we could do is I can go down to material options right here and cast shadow. Ta-da! Yeah. How about that? And we could cast shadow here as well to just give it a little bit more depth. What else? We can look at this movie in the background and bring down some of the specular intensity so it's less intense, right? On the metal and the shininess. There we go. So that's it. So your assignment for this week will be to recreate this, and then you're going to do one on your own, finding your own materials, but using the same techniques. And then you're just going to upload that to Frame. That's it, folks. I'm around 7 days a week. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. Okay, take care. Goodbye.